First, make sure you have the antenna holder positioned correctly as shown on the surface of the table. Then place the reference PICC in the correct slot of the antenna holder. Next, you can disconnect the previous SMA connections we made in the previous test case, as it will not be necessary for the upcoming test cases. Now, locate your EMVCo plexiglass test bench and position it onto the surface as shown. Make sure it fits securely in the 4 holes meant for it on the surface of the table. We will now turn our attention back to MP Manager in the test suites in order to control the robot. As usual, deselect the previous test case, select the current test case, and press Start. The test suite will try to communicate with the robot as it will need to move it for this test case. You can click on Grab Antenna on Holder, and the robot will automatically move to pick up the antenna that you just placed on the surface. As long as the pump is turned on and the antenna is placed in the correct position, the robot will be able to go to the location, turn on its suction, and pick up the reference PICC. It will pick it up, turn it 90 degrees, and put it into the correct position for the test case. These test positions are stored in an XML file that the test suite software is using to look up the correct locations. Once the PICC is in place, turn your attention back to MP Manager. Now we can just follow the directions in the test suite once again. Click on Validate. Click on Validate once more, and the robot will lower the test PICC into position. The robot will continue lowering until it senses the pressure of the plexiglass test bench. At this point, it will stop and allow you to make the connections shown in MP Manager. As usual, go through the connections one by one and make sure they are correct. There are many connections necessary for this test case, so make sure that you double check them to ensure that they are correct. When you have finished the connections, move back to MP Manager and press Validate. Make sure the jumpers are in the correct position as shown here, and then click on Validate. The test case will run, and as usual, if you receive a green check mark, that means the test case has passed. If not, you will need to double check your connections before you can move on.